¿Qué es lo que mi gente? Estamos activos, bienvenido. We are now una comunidad of more than 20,800. So muchas gracias to all y'all that have already subscribed. And if you haven't yet, come on. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to say I, you, he, she, we, they, and y'all. So this will be a pretty straightforward lesson. Let's just do it. For I, we've got yo. And depending on the country, this may either be pronounced as yo or jo, kind of with like a fancy J sound. You can basically just pick whichever pronunciation you like best or whichever one is most common for the dialect that you're learning. So I is yo or jo. For you, you have two options, tú or usted. Basically, for the most part, tú is used for people that you know, and usted is used for strangers or people you're trying to show respect to. So like people you call ma'am or sir in English. How tú and usted are used really varies by country. So for example, in some countries like La República Dominicana, tú is extremely common, even with people that you don't know. But in a few countries, usted is more common than tú. Usted is a little bit more formal because you're literally referring to that person in the third person. Let me give you an example. Tú has more of a vibe of like, how you doing? Usted has a little bit more of a vibe like, how is madam doing today? So you can see how much more formal usted is than tú. It's kind of like saying, how is she doing today? Or how is he doing today? Rather than how are you doing? This is important to remember when you're conjugating verbs because the way that you conjugate verbs for tú and for usted will be a little different. So in general, you can think of tú as being an informal way to address somebody as you and usted as a formal way to address somebody as you. So elders, authority figures, or even in situations that are tense or where you feel like what you are going to say could be taken to be rude and you don't want it to be rude, using the usted form can just add that extra layer of politeness. Okay, so fortunately, that's the only complicated one. He in Spanish is él. I want to point out that this is different than this él. Notice the difference? Él without the accent mark means the. Él with the accent mark means he. This is why I told y'all that the accent marks in Spanish are not just optional. They're actually extremely important. They can change the pronunciation and, in this case, even the meaning of words. She in Spanish is ella. So remember that the dos L's back to back, also known as ella, sounds like a Y sound. So ella. We is nosotros. You'll use nosotros if it's a full group of guys, but also if it's a mixed group of both guys and gals. If we is a full group of only ladies, then you can use nosotras. But everyone in the group must be a lady for this to work. Even if there's 9 ladies and 1 male, it's still nosotros, not nosotras. They is ellos. The same exact thing applies as what we saw with nosotros versus nosotras. So ellos, if they is a mixed group or a group of only guys, and ellas only if it's all ladies. And ustedes is y'all, or you all, yous guys, whatever y'all use. Pero yo soy del sur, específicamente de Texas. So here we say y'all. In some countries, they also use vos or vosotros, but I don't teach those on this channel because only a specific set of countries actually use those, and I personally don't. I mainly speak the Dominican dialect, though I'm also fairly familiar with the Mexican dialect, and as you can see from this image here, those areas don't use vos or vosotros. So if you're learning a dialect that's in one of the purple areas, don't worry about vosotros. If you're learning one of the dialects in blue or the one from Spain, then yeah, learn vosotros. But somewhere else, because I don't teach it here. And that's how you say I, you, he, she, we, they, and y'all in Spanish. So, muchas gracias por estar aquí. Hasta la próxima.